Sir William Seo.
O te matua tau tia wha tulona, le pa ia wha ta whaal mau te whono, whai tu la whono au o Aotearoa nei. O te whawhtai mo nei avanoa, e mamoli ai sa mātou wha mai senga a wale au pōliuli wofti ai nei Samoa, Niua Topatapu, Tutuila, talu mai le whawhati o ngā lolo le māsina wa tea. Tulona langi o Maota Fio Samoa. Tulona langi o Maota Fio Niua Topatapu. Tulona langi o Maota Fio Tutuila. Tulona langi o tia whau le Maota Fio ai le malu le malo Samoa. Le a fionga le tup te whaiwha. Tulona langi o Maota Fio atua matua masanga. Tulona ia. Mr. Speaker, I've used the language of my elders to convey my gratitude first and foremost to this House for the privilege of sharing and supporting the government's motion. I have conveyed in appropriate Samoan language the depth of emotion that I share with members of the New Zealand House of Representatives in the loss of so many lives as a result of a tidal wave scattering its mighty anger on the islands of Samoa, Niua Topatapu and Tutuila. I acknowledge that there are clouds that hover over these islands of the Pacific and recognize in particular the depth of sadness that the leaders of this country experience. I acknowledge the pain and grief that so many must feel at the personal loss of families, including members of this House. The last few weeks have been an overwhelming experience of pain, anguish, sorrow and love. We've all shed tears. We've all felt the pain and sorrow. It did not matter that we may not be related. The people of Aotearoa, New Zealand shared in the loss of others, our neighbours, our friends, our ainga, our family. It has been immensely difficult for the many, both in Samoa and New Zealand, who lost family members. And whilst there have been many that have lost, I wish to add my condolences to all who have lost their lives in the tsunami. And by way of paying tribute to all, I wish to pay tribute to one who died in the line of duty in Samoa on Tuesday, the 29th of September. Peter Letiu was one of the first to die after an accident as he and his team of firemen rushed to the Alipata district to provide assistance. He was one of the first bodies in the aftermath of the tsunami in Samoa. His, in fact, was the third recorded death. He was a member of Samoa's fire brigade, and on the morning of Tuesday, the 29th of September, Peter and 4 others were in the fire truck heading towards the low-lying villages of Alipata to alert them of the tsunami. Unfortunately, the fire truck tipped over a steep cliff, injuring all of them. They were reportedly all injured. At that point, they were all alive at that point. Local Samoan media report that 2 young local Samoan boys from a nearby village watched over the overturned firefighter truck as its injured passengers. Peter's boss, Samoa's Fire Commissioner, Seve Tony Hill, said at his funeral yesterday that Peter died in hospital of his injuries. He was the first firefighter to die in the line of duty in Samoa. As Peter's coffin was lowered into his final resting place, his boss stood guard and saluting his final passage home. His family and friends in Auckland of all nationalities mourned his passing. Peter was well known to Pacific circles in Auckland, in media and in advertising. Peter went to live in Samoa last year to help his mother from the village of Satawa. His father, wife and daughter and siblings live in Mangere. His body was brought back to Mangere late last week, and on Sunday night, friends and families began to gather for his family service, and then yesterday for his burial. He will be remembered as a hero who died trying to save his people. Peter leaves a proud legacy for his daughter to follow in. He leaves behind a strong but grieving wife who is leaning heavily on her faith to see her through the years ahead. We, as Samoans, are proud of this heroism, his courage under fire, and for putting the lives of others ahead of his own life. To sum up the feeling that was felt by his dad got up to give a testimony but could not find the words. He later said, "Woonge manatu, wo sola mawhauwhaunga," which is to say, my mind is blank, my thoughts are gone from me, and said he loved his son. Mr. Speaker, in concluding, I want to express and pass on to this House the sincere gratitude of the Samoan Tongan community to all of New Zealand for the overwhelming support that has come forward. Everyone needs to be thanked, from donors, businesses, schools, organisations, individuals and families for the support that have come forward. It has lightened the burdens of many of us who have lost loved ones. And so, to all of New Zealand, may I say, whawhetai, whawhetai, whawhetai te lava. May God bless the Pacific, and may the dark clouds that cover these nations, Samoa, Niuatua Tapu and Tutuila, quickly dissipate. Yes, Soifua.